Hey Geeks, it's Minx. I wanted to share with you some stuff. I had a little extra money and I went ahead and decided to check out the HBO store for some Game of Thrones stuff. Because Rev and I are starting to get really excited that Game of Thrones is coming back next month, and we want to be able to start doing giveaways. And I went to the HBO store just kind of curious to see what kind of stuff they might have. And I was blown away. They have tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. A lot of it's closed, but they've got other collectible type items. And me being me, I wanted to check out some of it, some of the more affordable stuff, to see what kind of quality it was, if it would be the kind of stuff that you guys would be interested in getting as free gifts for our giveaways, because we're almost to 50 subscribers. We're well over 100 likes on Facebook, so, you know, we're getting up there. And we want to be able to share that with you, and we want to be able to share our excitement. So, I went ahead and ordered a bunch of stuff from the HBO store. One of the coolest things I got was a set of bookends. If you guys watched our Game of Thrones battle video, we discussed what our favorite house was, and both me and Rev, we love House Stark. That was our absolute favorite. But we, in the spirit of the battle video, we chose our secondary houses. And my secondary house was House Targaryen, and that made these bookends perfect for me because one end of the bookends was the House Stark sigil, and the other end was the House Targaryen sigil, as you can see here on the box. That way you can get kind of a close-up. They are heavy-duty resin, so they're not metal or anything, but they are pretty heavy. They're really well made. The bottom plate, which is what the part that actually slides under the books, actually has each house's words. So the Stark side has the winter is coming, and Targaryen had blood and fire, which was really cool. I thought completely fitting. You can see them in the background right there, actually holding up my Song of Ice and Fire books, other than, of course, the second book, which is the one I'm in the middle of reading right now. So we're just going to set that aside. But no, they're really nice. They're pretty heavy duty. I'm pleased with the look and the feel of them. So I was actually really pleased with that. That was one of my favorite parts of the stuff I got. Another thing I got, which I've decided to actually do as a giveaway. It's not exactly what I was hoping for personally, for my personal use, but it's still really cool. It's a Map of Westeros and Map Marker Magnet set. So one sheet is actually a map of Westeros shaped just like the table that Stannis Baratheon uses, which, if you've read the books, you know that is a table at Dragonstone that was actually built for Aegon the Conqueror. And on the backside, you've got the other sheet, which has the little map marker magnets, which is House Stark, House Lannister. I'm assuming that's House Tyrell, because those look like tulips. Boltons, Martells, I'm assuming because it's got the sun. Your Freys, and the Kraken, which represents, of course, House Greyjoy. It's actually really cool. If I want to use it, I probably could just save it for my mini fridge, which I have in my room. But I think I'm going to use this as an epic giveaway because it's cool, but I don't see myself using this as I'd hoped. I need a bigger map. I need a map that's actually big enough for me to, like, put pins in if I want to, that kind of thing. But it's still really neat, so I think we're going to use that as a giveaway, because that's pretty awesome. The other thing they offered, while they offer the vinyl pops, the pop figures, they also offer their own, like, mini blind box vinyl figures, and I ordered 2 of those just because I was like, you know, that's kind of fun. You know, let's see what we get out of there. And strangely enough, it kind of kept up with the Stark and Targaryen thing, inadvertently. The first one I opened was actually Viserion, uh, the little dragon. Aw, isn't he cute? Um, I like it because he is considered the most well-behaved of Daenerys's dragons, and he's also referred to, even though he's cream in color, cream and gold, he's also referred to as the White Dragon, which is kind of awesome. So we're just gonna sit Viserion right back here. There's a nice little area right there, I think. And then the other one I ended up getting, which I just thought was kind of funny, was I ended up getting Ghost, Jon Snow's Direwolf. And it's like, of all the Direwolves one could get, I mean, who wouldn't want Ghost as their first one? It's kind of neat, his little head moves. Even for being like little mini figures, they're still really well made. They're pretty sturdy. They're definitely vinyl. A good amount of detail painted on them. So, I would actually still recommend them. I don't know if they were necessarily worth what I paid for them, but knowing me, I'll probably order more just so I can try and get the entire set, because I like being a completionist in that way. The main thing that I really wanted and that I was waiting for was, I've been looking for something semi-unique to use for my Nerd Block unboxings, especially now that I'm getting the arcade blocks as well, which that video will be coming up sometime this week, because I finally got the one for February. They had some shipping issues, so they kind of went out late. A lot of people got theirs late. And they offered on the HBO site, they actually offered 2 different letter openers. One was Longclaw, which is Jon Snow's Valyrian bastard sword, and the other was Ice, which is Ned Stark's sword. Now, me being a Starkophile, I of course had to get Ice, so I have the Ice replica letter opener. So we're gonna pop that open so I can show you. It is made with real steel. It doesn't have an edge on it, so I'm not going to accidentally cut myself, which is good. But I like the look of it. It is definitely, it's pretty heavy. You can definitely tell that, you know, if this were an actual sword, you would have to use 2 hands, as, you know, is traditional with a broadsword like this. It's got the appropriate blood divots in there. I forget what they're called exactly, but it's got them. You know, it's got the wide set handguard and pommel. Like, look at that. You can see even see the graining on the handle. So this is going to be fun to open nerd blocks with. You know, just. So I'm excited about that. So that was probably the most exciting thing that came in this thing. Now, the last thing I got was mostly because I thought it might be a good giveaway item. And it's not often you necessarily see something like this, but they had Game of Thrones playing cards. And so I'm gonna open them. I already looked through them because I was a little too curious for my own good. They seem like they're plastic coated, but they seem really thin, so I don't know how well that's gonna go. They're probably gonna bend easy, just to be honest. But I think they'd still make a neat gift. Now, the funniest part, I'm going to share with you the funniest part of this set, is that the 2 Jokers that they have included in this is Littlefinger and Varys. They are the Jokers in this set, and I find that incredibly funny. Now, I like somewhat how they did this. Each suit is actually a different house, which is cool. I dig that. So the spades are House Baratheon. So you see behind there they've got the crowned stag, which is pretty sweet. The hearts are Targaryens, so you've got your dragons, your three-headed dragon behind the hearts. I think that's kind of fitting, you know, because the Targaryens are very passionate. The clubs are the Starks, so you got your Direwolf sigil behind the clubs. And the diamonds are, of course, the Lannister lions, which also makes sense to me because diamonds, gold, you know, riches. Now, the one thing, there's a few little things I think I would have done differently. With the face cards and the aces, they have pictures of some of the cast, somewhat like they did with the Jokers. For the Baratheons, the ace they have is Joffrey. The king, of course, is Robert. The queen is Cersei, looking very devious, like she's about to smack somebody. And then, as the Jack, they have Renly. And honestly, I don't think that's a very good picture of Renly. I think they could have picked something better. Personally, I probably would have rather had Stannis than Joffrey. And I don't mind Cersei being queen, except for the fact that they also have her as the queen in the Lannister set. In the Lannisters here. Right here. So she's actually in here twice. And she's the only character that's actually in here twice. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't like Cersei that much. For the Targaryens, we've actually got Khal Drogo as the ace. We've got Viserys as the king. So obviously they made these probably around season 1. Daenerys as the queen, of course. And then Jorah Mormont as the Jack, which, you know, I'm okay with. We've never seen Rhaegar, we've never seen Aerys, like, actually in the show, like, via flashbacks or anything like that, so it's not like they can really do that. I probably would have switched Drogo and Viserys, to be honest. And Jorah is a Mormont. He's not a Targaryen. I don't understand why they would have put him there. I would have preferred... Honestly, I would have actually preferred to have Daenerys as the queen, and then her dragons as the ace, king, and Jack. That would have been cool to have, you know, Drogo, Rhaegal, and Viserion as the other cards. That would have been neat. The Starks is a little interesting too. You got Jon as the ace, so the ace in the hole is Jon. So okay, cool. And there's here we got King, of course, is going to be Ned with ice. Yeah, there's our letter opener. So that's exciting. And then of course a big close up of Cat as I drop the card. You know, as the queen. Okay, that's fine. The one, this part confuses me. And then as the Jack, they have Arya. Which, don't get me wrong, Arya is like one of my favorite of the Stark children. She is my favorite of the Stark children. But for me, it would have made more sense to have Robb, or maybe Bran, as the Jack. You know, being that he was the heir. You know, I think that would have made more sense to me. And then we get into the Lannisters, the Diamonds, and of course my favorite, the Ace of Diamonds, which is going to be Tyrion, and I think he absolutely belongs as the Ace of Diamonds. You got Tywin as the King of Diamonds. Totally makes sense. Totally. Absolutely makes sense. And then Cersei, again, is the Queen of Diamonds, which, I don't know. I just don't like the fact that she's in there twice. And then Jaime is the Jack of Diamonds. Totally makes sense. Totally agree with that. And then, I think for the Baratheons, instead of... This is going to be a little bit fucked up, probably. But I'll accept Joffrey in here, in the Baratheons, even though we know he's really just a Lannister. I actually, how I would have done it is I would have had Joffrey as the Jack, Renly as the Queen, and I know that sounds fucked up, but bear with me. Robert is the King, and Stannis is the Ace, is how I think I would have done it. Because no one is more fabulous than Renly. But I wouldn't have picked him as the Jack. I would have put Joffrey as the Jack, and I don't like that. I don't like that Cersei gets like double billing in here, as a double queen. I think that's dumb. I think that would be like a horrible drinking game in the making. But if you would like to, if you think these cards are a good gift option, comment, let us know. Because I do have a spare set, and I can order more. The magnet one the magnet map and map marker set will definitely be a, something we're going to be giving away in the future. Probably one of our future Game of Thrones videos. I don't know if it's going to be one of our review videos, or just a background thing, or a lore thing. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Probably not going to give away letter openers or you know, bookends, just because they were pretty expensive, and they were mostly for my own personal collection. But it did prove to me that they do have some good stuff on there. I probably will be ordering more. I'll definitely be getting more of the blind boxes, because I just think those little vinyl figures are adorable, and I want to get the rest of the set. If I get extras, if they don't go to Rev, we'll probably use those as giveaway items as well, as long as you don't mind that they're opened. I promise that they'll still be in good condition. You know, they're pretty durable little figures. So yeah, that's some of the stuff I was checking out, mostly because I want to make sure I give you guys quality stuff. The cards, kind of meh, but it's one of those things that sometimes people like anyway. So, let me know what you think. If you want them, you know, I can order more. So yeah, that's it for now. Getting excited for Game of Thrones, coming back. Later, geeks.